guys, for this art project this week, what I decided to do was some bookmarks. So what we're going to do is make some bookmarks with a Zentangle design. Now these are great because Zentangles are really relaxing. They're something that's like a doodle that can kind of calm yourself. And then also I thought that a bookmark was super practical. Like you could totally use it to mark your pages in any of your books, and also like give it as a gift to someone, or just use it in a book, or use it to remember, you know, your time in 8th grade. So the only thing I did is I just took a regular sheet of paper. You can literally use any paper, it doesn't matter. And I used a ruler to cut straight lines, although they're not super straight, I have to be honest with you. And then, so I made a bunch, and I'm just gonna use one here. I'm using a pen, and that's only because it'll be so much easier for you to see on camera. You guys should use a pencil as you start. So what we're gonna do is we're gonna put a cool Zentangle design right down the middle, and the one that I chose for you is totally appropriate for 8th grade. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna put the design down the middle. What you're gonna start with is like the zigzag back and forth. So it's kind of like a Q shape, and then a P shape. So see how it's, you make a little loop at the end. So you start at the end, and then you make a diagonal line. Start at the end, make a diagonal. It's okay if it's not perfect. This is my first time doing this one too. So here we go, a loop, a diagonal, a loop, diagonal, loop. Already like you start to get into like a rhythm with these. These were so fun. Okay, the next step. So on the end of these loops, you're gonna add a line going back. It's like a swoosh. So like start in the middle of this little loop right here. Start in the center, and then you're gonna go almost like you're combing your hair back and tuck it in. There. Start in the middle and finish at the end. Start in the middle, finish at the end. Start in the middle, finish at the end. Start in the middle, finish at the end. Middle to the end, middle to the end. You can see how this is rhythmic. Now you can make your own Zentangles for sure. It just has to be step by step. So it has to be like a set of steps that are followed in a sequential order. It's not a scribble. Whoops. Oh my goodness. Okay, so now you're just gonna keep doing that, adding this like filigree or like flowery design on the end. So you're always gonna start at the last one. So pop it over. And you can keep them consistent in thickness. They're always starting on the last one. So start on the last one, end in the last space. Start on the last one, end in the last space. Start on the last one, end in the last space. Go. Over here. Now if you have the ability to add color, you could certainly color these in. And if you don't, maybe you have like, you know, you could just trace it in a pen, add some value in pencil. That would be super cool too. You can certainly color half of them with a black pen, maybe a black and a blue pen, red pen. Looks like I'm gonna be able to fit one more here. Okay, I think I can get one more. This is looking cool. Now, what makes, okay, so we've made lines, right? An element of art. And now we're just gonna do a simple, quick thing to add some value. Whoops, wasn't supposed to do a line there. So if we color in, remember those first shapes that you did? If you color that in with black, you're adding value, right? So value is like different gradients of grays and blacks. So we're adding value. We're also adding contrast because everything else is white right now. So we're adding contrast. The third thing we're doing is we're adding emphasis. Now what I always say is emphasis is a couch for the eye. When we're looking at this, and it's lots of beautiful lines, which is wonderful, but because there's no emphasis without these black parts, there's no place for your eye to kind of go and rest and just sit like on a couch. So just filling these in and black. Now from here, you can certainly, like I said before, add some color. I'm gonna grab a pencil and I'm gonna add some more value. Okay. So there's our first step. Okay, now I have my pencil. I didn't have my pencil handy there. So you can add a little shading here. So what you're gonna do to add value here is you're just gonna move your pencil up and down like you're brushing your teeth, up and down, up and down, up and down. And then you can take that, make it a little darker in this crease, and then blend it with your finger, which is what I always say the cheapest tool. Another way to do it is you could do these little edges here, maybe like the bottom edges of these. Just add a little gray on the bottom edges, giving it form now. So that what this is doing is making these curves look three-dimensional. 3D curves. And then smear with your finger. And then you can go back in and just erase a little bit to get a little pop of white. Again, adding that value. Okay, so there you have it. Pretty simple. Now here's what you can do this week. You can cut the paper, make a Zentangle, maybe make it with a family member or teach a family member how to do it. You can make one for each subject. I'm gonna do different Zentangles for each grade level so you can watch any of the other ones if you wanna make them for different subjects, if you just wanna doodle in your notebook on the side. And then also, these are really, really relaxing. You can make your own. If you do, just send me a pic. So after you've done this, you can submit a picture. And then if you make your own, submit a picture too.